Hello, and welcome to the Tensai Show where we discuss everything about raising genius kids. My name is Chris. I'm your host. Today, we're going to be talking about something that is very interesting, which is that your child doesn't need motivation, they need you to listen. Okay? Yesterday, I asked you to pause for I taught you about the 5 second rule. I told you to use 15 minutes, right? And I said, that when child misbehaves, instead of trying to go in there hard and lose yourself, get angry, try to defrost, like calm down, go right, and to ask yourself whether you're about to teach or you're about to scare your child. And one of the messages I've been receiving have been powerful. One mom says that she realized her hand was already raised, like she was so pulled towards going in there to teach that boy a lesson, and she realized that, oh, that's not the way out. She realized that, oh, this 15-second pause changed everything. Instead of hitting, she now asked her daughter what happened. And the daughter told her because it was a plate that broke, she said she was trying to wash dishes to surprise her. Now, that's a completely different story than my child broke a plate. Another dad even said that he tried explaining instead of shouting, and his son actually said sorry voluntarily for the first time. So keep practicing this, okay? It gets easier. It gets easier. So the question I want to ask right now, the question I want to ask is, when your child says, I don't want to go to school, what do you do? Be very honest though. When your child says they don't want to go to school, what do you do? Do you do, oh, don't worry, nothing happens, or like, what exactly do you do? How do you go about that? Type your answer in the chat. Type your answer in the chat. I'm going to guess that most of your answers will fall into one of these categories. You say something like you're going whether you like it or not, or stop being silly, or everyone goes to school. Maybe you ignore it completely because you didn't have time to deal with it at 7 in the morning, right? And so that's typically what happens. And look, I get it. You have a job, you have responsibilities, and you cannot sit down for a heart-to-heart talk every time your child has an opinion. Totally get it. I understand. But what I want to see is that Nigerian parents, yeah, were so good at talking to children. We're great at it, even. We instruct, we correct, we lecture, we advise. We are world class at giving information, but we are terrible at receiving it. And I'm not even saying this from what I talk to parents every day. At least every day, bad as bad, I'll talk to at least 2 to 3 parents on calls. These are parents that have signified that they want to help their child, but you still see that they are so stubborn. They don't hear, they don't listen. It's very hard. Like real listening. Not not okay, let me hear what you have to say. Like as per I don't care what you're saying, but very hard, right? That's so easy to dismiss everything you say. There's no real genuine, I am fully present and trying to understand your world listening. So when your child says, I don't want to go to school, most parents will hear defiance, they will hear laziness, they will hear attitude. But that sentence could mean at least 5 completely different things. It could mean I'm being bullied and I'm scared. It could mean I don't understand what's happening in class and I'm embarrassed. It could mean I had a fight with my best friend and I don't want to face them. It could even mean I went to bed too late and I'm physically exhausted. It could also mean something happened at school that I have not told you about. 5 completely different problems. Each one requires a completely different response. But if you never ask the follow-up question, you will never know which one it is. You will just deal with the surface, which is come on, go and get dressed. Also, so after paying millions in school fees, want to come and tell me you're not good. And the real issues, they stay buried until what? Until it gets worse. Until it gets worse. So here's a practice that will actually change everything for you. Here's actually what will change everything for you. Okay? Are you listening? Are you listening? I call it the 2 minutes listening practice. It's embarrassingly simple and incredibly hard. So when your child says something you want to immediately correct, maybe you want to immediately fix or dismiss it, try this instead. And we use this even in sales. We say, tell me more about that. then be quiet. For 2 minutes, don't advise, don't fix, don't say, don't offer solutions, don't redirect, just listen. 2 minutes does not sound like a lot, but I promise you, for most parents, it feels like 20 minutes because we are so used to being the one talking. We're so used to having the answer. We're so used to fix problem. We're so used to guiding the child. Silence, it feels unnatural. It feels like you're not doing your job. But in those 2 minutes, your child will tell you things that you've never heard before because you've never given them the space to say it. They've been trying to tell you for a long time, you just were not quiet enough to hear it. And so, what I want to ask right now is, how many of you have a child who used to talk, who used to talk to you about everything, and now barely tells you anything? How many of you have a child who used to talk to you about everything and now barely tells you anything? Think about when that shift happened. I'll bet it happened around the same time they started getting responses like, "Don't worry about that, you're fine, or stop being dramatic." See, children stop talking to parents who don't listen. Not all at once. They just stop gradually, one dismissed feeling at a time. There was a boy who told his mother that he hated maths for months, and his parents kept like, try harder. As you know, does everybody have different heads and all of that? And every day his mom would give him the same response. You know, and from her point of view, she was actually doing what is right for her son because, I mean, maths is important, but she was not listening either. And so one day, this mom was in a she was in a calm mood. And instead of her usual response, she sat down and asked, "Oh, so why do you hate maths?" And the boy said, "Because when I get the answer wrong in class, everybody just laughs." That one sentence changed everything for her because she now realized that, oh, the reason why her son hated math is because they made him feel less than enough. He was not lazy. He was humiliated every day in class. And over time, that humiliation, that experience had turned into hatred of the subject because his brain associated maths with shame. His mom did not know any of this. Why? Because she has been talking instead of listening. In my book, Homeschooling Secrets, we talk about the digging deep strategy. The digging deep strategy is what you do exactly when you're confronted with anything. Tell me more about it. You try to get more information. The reason for that is that you ask 7 questions in order to dig deep to find the real reason, because the first answer you get is not the real answer. The first thing on the surface you get is not the real one. You have to dig deeper than that to find what the challenge is. And so, because she now knew what happened, she spoke to the teacher. They addressed the classroom culture. She literally even, I think she later pulled the child from the school anyways, because she was so mad that this has been happening and nobody said anything. But then she started practicing maths with him at home where it was safe. And within a term, he didn't make maths mistakes anymore, right? Because the shame was gone. So you have to understand that sometimes, due to the fact that you don't listen, you miss out on important information that your child wants to give you. And so this weekend, I want you to try something. Okay? Try the 2-minute listening practice. When your child complains about something, says maybe they don't want to do something, or they express any negative emotion, resist the urge to fix or correct. Just say, "Oh, tell me more about that." Then listen for a minute. Set a timer on your phone if you need to. Right? And after you do that, then send me what you heard. I want to know what your child said when you finally gave them space to speak. Or you can just text us. Or you can even comment it on chat. Comment it in the chat. Comment it in the comments. Come back to this video and do that, okay? Tell me what happened when you tried this, what your child said, what surprised you. We read every message. Okay? So if you know a parent who talks a lot, or you know someone who's definitely going to need this information, share this episode with them. Don't say, "Oh, you need to watch this." Just send them the link. Tell them, "Oh, please, this thing talked about something. I watched this video and it actually said something that I think you will need." And then let's just let it happen. So congratulations on staying to the end. Like I said, if this helped you, share this stream with one of your loved ones, and I'll see you